it's Kathy, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. And back here in my craft room, we're going to make a real cute card using this very cute bundle. And this bundle includes the stamp set, and it is a really cute stamp set. You can see some of the ones that I have used, and some of the ones that I have used that aren't colored is because I didn't use a highly pigmented ink. I have stamped this, I believe, in red, and this one I think I've done in blue. But anyway, this is the stamp set. It is in our mini catalog. See my yellow sticker, and this is the punch that goes with it. So you can see it will punch out this bear. It will also punch out this bear. So any of these bears that are shaped like that on the designer series paper that's that size, it will punch them out. Let me show you how easy it is to do. I punched one out earlier and can't find it. So I know it's here. I know without a doubt it's here. But all you have to do is line this up. And I love the Stampin' Up! Punches because you can line it up and then get it right where you need it to be. And press it to hold. I want it to go up just a little bit more. Like that. And then I'm going to just punch. And look at that. A beautiful punched bear. We don't have to color him. We don't have to do anything to him except put him on our card. So that, I love it when they make the paper where you can use. And these other images are very easy to fussy cut around, and I may use one of these inside the card. I haven't decided yet. Let's move that paper out of our way, and I'm going to show you my components. I am using Night of Navy ink for my sentiment. My guard base is, this is a half a sheet of cardstock, and this is real red, and I am going to cut this down. I made a template because I wanted this. Here's my template. So I did this in a template, and you can see it's going to be an offset card. And the whole piece is 5.5 by 7.5. So we need to cut this piece down. So let's grab our trimmer. Then once we get it cut down, we're going to score it. So it needs to be cut down to 7.5. It's 8.5 right now. So all we have to do is take 1 inch off of one end. This, to me, is the easiest way to do it. I don't have to pull my arm out. And I know that this is 8.5. So if I cut it at 7.5, that's 1 inch. So I'm making sure that's 1 inch off of the side of it. Right about there. And save that strip because you can use this for something else. That's a piece that's big enough for a sentiment or a strip or whatever. Now we're going to put it in here and we're going to score it at 3 1/4. At 3 1/4. Get that cut blade out of our way. Make sure your score blade is right here. And we're going to score it. So now we have a piece that is going to fold like this. And this is going to help us build our piece that we're going to do. So I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm going to burnish this down really good. I'm using my Teflon bone folder so I don't get a sheen on this. And these are in my online or my craft room favorites on my Amazon store. So if you're interested in a Teflon bone folder, I would say go over there and click on my link and pick up one. That I get a little bit of a kickback over what you purchase there, so that helps me in keeping my videos coming. So from that designer series paper, you have this package, this nothing but packages. We're going to adhere this on the front of our card, side panel, and we're going to put it on something like that, get it nice and straight and even. So I'm going to do that next, and I'm going to use just liquid glue to do that. And what I'm doing is I'm going to use my glue press. Squiggle some glue on there and line this up. I'm going to open my card so I can see my borders a little bit better because I want to make sure I'm getting a nice straight edge. Once I do, I'm going to press that down. Then for my inside piece, I have this, this is another piece out of that same pack called Beary Christmas. Yeah, Beary Christmas. And I will have the links for all of, not the links, but the product name and order number on my PDF tutorial. So you can go and print that out. Doesn't cost a dime. And you can have that for future reference if you decide to make this card. And if you need to pick up any of the supplies that I'm using, you can do that on my online store as well. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it on the inside. And you're probably thinking, oh, that's too much red. Well, we're going to offset it. So never fear. I'm going to make sure everything is lining up nice and straight. It needs to come over just a little bit more. That looks good. So I'm going to give it a good press. I'm going to come back in with that bone folder and just iron it out just to make sure everything's adhered. And I'm going to do the same thing on my front. Now we're ready to work on this card. And I'll tell you what I use. I use my deckled circles. If you have not gotten this set of dies, you really need to add them to your supply list. I'm hoping they'll bring these back in the new annual catalog. But for right now, they're good. They're you can order them through the end of December. So, and I don't know what's going to happen in April, whether they'll come back or not. But I'm hoping they will because this is such a versatile set. And look how many you get. I mean, it is massive. There are 14 dies in here, and they're all circles, and you can layer them. So what I did is I picked from Night of Navy because I wanted something that would kind of pick up that Night of Navy in that paper. And I believe I used this one. Or was it the one smaller? One smaller. So it is this one. So I used that one to cut the Night of Navy circle, and then I used the one smaller, this one, to cut my balmy blue. Now you can see my balmy blue looks a little extra something. That's because I ran it through the embossing folder called, and I just had it, Snowflake Sky. And I love the way that looks. It's like snow in the background. And we're gonna layer that over top of this. And then guess what? Our little polar bear is going to get adhered on top of that. And all of that's going to go right here on this little fun fold card. Isn't that cute? We're going to raise it up enough. I went ahead and stamped this, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to use it. I love that banner. I went ahead and stamped Merry Christmas. And you might be asking, well, where did you get that Merry Christmas stamp? I was late getting my paper pumpkin this month, but it did come Saturday, and I was thrilled to death. There was some problem with my order. I don't know what happened, but I had to call Stampin' Up. And because it wasn't an error on my part, they went ahead and sent that out to me. So I was so happy to get it. But this Merry Christmas comes from the little stamp set that's in the paper pumpkin. And yes, I am going to be doing something with the paper pumpkin kit. That'll be coming up by the end of the week. So stay tuned. I love that paper pumpkin. So it's called Home for the Holidays. And it is, look at the box. And you get those little houses. It is stunning. If you have not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, you are doing yourself an injustice. You always get a cute little stamp set. You get an ink spot, and you get all of the items you need to make the cards, and they are stupendous. So I think what I want to do is I want to put some dimension on this card. So we've got everything adhered down except this and this. This piece, I think I want it to go directly down, but I want this to be popped up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I want to give y'all a little bit of an update on me. I did have my urology appointment where I had to get a CAT scan, and I had to get a scope done where they go up with a little camera into my bladder. They were checking for any more cancerous tumors because I did have that one that they found when I had my kidney stone. and it was sent off, and it did come back as being malignant. So they want to keep a check on that. And I had not been diligent with going back and having it done, but the doctor, I've changed I'm in the same practice, but I did change doctors. I didn't have a good rapport with the first doctor I saw. So that was part of the reason why I didn't want to go back. But I changed, and I really like my current doctor. He's very thorough, very friendly. I have a rapport with him that I did not have with the other one. So I'm very pleased. But my results was this. The CAT scan showed that I have a lot of stones. I already knew that. I'm going to adhere this to the front of this, and I'm just going to hold it up like this so that I can see what I'm doing and get this even all the way around like that. Then I'm going to press it. Getting back to my story, he said that other than the stones, we don't bother them if they don't bother us. So they're not bothering us, so we're not going to mess with them. I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensions on the back of my bear. So when he scoped me, he said there was no tumors in my bladder, which is wonderful news. So no cancer in my bladder. He did pull urine directly from my bladder, and they're going to send that off to pathology to see if there's any cancerous cells in my urine. If it is, I'll need to go back in and we'll discuss what we need to do about that. I don't know what that will be because he's pretty sure everything's going to come back negative, clear, and no problems. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I have to say, all in all, it was a good visit, and I got the news that I needed. I go back on the 7th of November to my rheumatologist, and hopefully then she will put me on Plaquenil and help me get past this problem that I'm having with feeling so bad. All right, so now I went ahead and popped that up on my circle. What I need to do now is decide where I want to put this, and I want it to be right about there. So I only need glue from this point. So I'm going to hold my finger there, and I'm going to put glue right on this side because that's the side that's going to get glued down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a straight line of glue, and then I'm going to put glue all over this little side, just like that. And now I know that I can stick this down. About like that. And that's good. That worked out really, really good. So now I have room right here to put my Merry Christmas. Now all I did for this is I cut a piece of white cardstock, and this is thick, and it's 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, and then I just took my scissors and ribbon tail, cut it where you cut in and then angle, and that's going to be our sentiment, and it's going to go right about here. So I'm gonna pop this up as well, and I only need dimensionals on that side, so I think 3 will probably do me plenty good. Let's do a test run. Probably can use one more right there. And I'm going to get it close as I can to that one to make sure it doesn't come over. And I don't skimp on my dimensionals. Y'all know that. I want to make sure that my card goes through the mail, and I want to make sure that the person that gets it don't get a card that's falling apart. And that is good. So now for my inside, I cut another piece of white cardstock, and this piece is 3 inches by 5 and 1/4. No, let me get that right, by 5. And I'm going to adhere this right inside on this piece here. You want to make sure when you close your card, you're not seeing it. So you might need to scoot it over to the edge just to make sure. But we're going to stamp on this first. So I'm going to grab my stamp set, and I'm going to use the one that says Christmas is Better Together. And I think for this one, I might want to do red. I just might want to do red. So I'm going to grab my Real Red ink pad. And let's grab a stamp block. And we'll pick that up and go ahead and ink it up in the red. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to straighten that up and hopefully get this nice and straight. I've been shaking a lot lately, and I don't know why. I don't know if it has to do with, oh, I messed it up. We'll turn it over and we'll do it again. That's the good thing about the thick cardstock. You can stamp on it again and again. So, like that. Much, much better. So, let's close up the ink pad. That's always the first thing I want to do. And I want to stamp something down here in the corner. And I'm thinking, do I want the baby bear? I think I do. And I'm going to stamp him in balmy blue. Because I want him to look like he's got a little bit of color. But, you know, not a lot. Just want him to have some blue on him to indicate the snow. So balmy blue and stamp him right down here. Oh, so cute. So cute. All right, so now all we need to do is glue this in on the inside. And yes, I'm covering up my boo-boo back here. Oh, I can't believe I did that, but it was because I was shaking, and it does happen. It happens to all of us, not just from shaking, but anytime we can misstamp. So I'm going to come right about there. Let me come down a little bit. Good thing about liquid glue is you can move it. That looks good. We still have room to sign our card, and there is our cute little Christmas card. How cute, how simple, and how easy. I mean, it's 2 die cuts. Punch your bear out of your paper, cut your panels, cut a banner and stamp it, and then a little section in here. This card went together super fast, super easy, and I think it's adorable. Let me know in the comments what you think. And thanks so much for tuning in today for another beautiful card. We could put some sequins or something on here, which could bring it up to another level. Well, I've got these little snowflakes. No, those are retired. Let's not use those. Let's use these little sequins. Got these out because I was going to do a shaker card, and I might still do that. But these are beautiful snow sequins. So I'm going to lay some of these out like that. I'm going to use my glue, and I'm going to put one right there, one right there, and one right there. Take my pick. Oh, where's my take your pick? Here it is. So I'm going to pick up this one and put it right there. Pick up this one and put it right here. And then this little one is going to go right there. And how cute is that? Now that puts a little added extra something on our card, and I love it. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a happy Tuesday. I love y'all all very much. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Savior Jesus. He is so worthy. So until we craft again, take care, know that you're loved, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.